Good morning, third grade. I hope you had a great weekend. We are getting ready to start week 2 of distant learning. And this week, because Friday is a holiday, you only have 4 days of distant learning. So I'm going to go over our schedule for tomorrow, which is Monday, April 6th with you, and what you're going to be doing for the week. So let's get started. So we are going to start with going to our school website. Things here are pretty much the same. The schedules are going to pop up here in a minute where you can go to our distant learning plan. There we go. It is here. So we're going to click that. And then at the top, you can see distant learning April 6th through April 10th. This will always be displayed, so this is an easy way for you to know what weekly plans are posted. So these are the weekly plans for April 6th through April 10th. Like I said, because Friday is Good Friday, we will not have school, so our agenda is only set for Monday through Thursday. So I'm going to click grade 3. Alrighty, so here's our schedule for the week. As third grade teachers, we decided to do something a little different. We wanted to give you reading and writing daily, but for writing, writing, science, and social studies, we wanted to give you guys a week to do it. So you guys have 4 days to do it instead of it broken down daily. So looking at Monday, you again are doing 10 to 15 minutes of multiplication or division practice. For reading, your options are you can do one iReady lesson. I saw a lot of you guys last week that did more lessons than you were required, so that was really cool for me to see. Or your offline option is read for 20 minutes, and your reader's response is to draw your favorite part from your story and explain why it is your favorite part. So you can either do an iReady or you can do your offline version. So if I were doing 5 sentences about my favorite part from this story so far, I would probably draw when Dink was in the nurse's office and he first discovered that the skeleton was missing. So I really like that part of my story. It is the beginning of the story, but I'm not really far into the book. So that would be the scene that I would draw. And then I would explain why it was my favorite part in 5 or more sentences. So those are your 2 options for reading. You can do your iReady or your reading and your reader's response. For writing, this will be where you see that things are a little bit different. So we gave you 2 options. And this week, one of your options is informational. So it's where you're giving information. It's a little bit more formal of your writing. And the topic for this week would be write about your new teacher at home, mom, dad, older sibling, etc. So who is helping you at home, if anyone is helping you at home to get your homework done. And then your headings could be your teacher personality, their attitude. Are they happy? Do they get frustrated with you? The ways your parents teach you, or my teacher teaches me. So does mom write out your schedule and a checklist for the day? And then tools my teacher uses to teach. So I know a lot of you guys are writing flashcards and you're using the internet. So both of those would be tools that your teacher uses to teach you. So your new teacher at home right now is either your mom, your dad, your older sibling, whoever is helping you get your stuff done for the week. And again, I kind of gave you a little rough draft of what you can do to help you. Your final copy is due on Thursday. I don't need to see your rough draft. I don't need to see anything else. This is just to help you if you would like it. But that final copy that has been edited in your neatest handwriting, indented, is what is due on Thursday. Because you can see Friday over here, it says it's a holiday. So you have no school, okay? You don't have to do any school on Friday. So that is one option. Or your second option, which I think a lot of you guys will be a fan of, is an opinion writing. So remember, I wrote an opinion writing that the best coffee in the world is Starbucks iced coffee. And I had to give all my reasons why. So some of the reasons why that I gave was taste the best. Another reason why was that I can get a lot of it. Because remember, I can get that really big cup of it. And another reason I really like it is that you can add stuff to it. So this morning, Jared put caramel in his iced coffee. So I don't put caramel in it. You guys know that. But Jared did that. So you can always change that up. So your opinion writing is, which TikTok influencer is the most entertaining, and explain why. So 3rd grade, I know a lot of you guys have TikTok. I know a lot of you guys do TikTok. You know a lot of the influencers. I don't. I'm seeing some of the funny videos that are coming out right now while we're all staying home. But your 2 options this week are, you can write about your new teacher at home, or which TikTok influencer is the most entertaining, and explain why. You can pick either one of those. But again, the thing is, they are due on, your final copy is due on Thursday to me. So that will be what mom or dad takes a picture of and sends it to me on Thursday, which is really exciting. So I'm excited to see which one you guys pick. Remember, informational, you're giving information, so your headings. So if I were talking about, if my mom were doing my teaching, I may say, my mom, tools my mom uses to teach me. That would be my heading. And then my writing would be talking about that she does checklists for me, that she does I use the internet, that she helped me create flashcards. All of those would be your tools. Or your TikTok influencer, which one is the most entertaining, and explain why. Remember, you have to give the reasons why you think they are the most entertaining. And it can be because they're funny. It can be because they're really good dancers. It can be that you like the music that they play. It is your option on why you pick that they are the most entertaining. But for both of these, the final copy is due on Friday. And remember, you only have to pick one. We're just giving you guys 2 options. Okay? Alrighty, your next thing is going to be your math. For math, very similar to last week, you have an iReady, and then you have your IXL lesson, math T3, work on for 10 to 15 minutes. So this is what we changed up from last week. And I kind of talked about in our videos from last week, I only want you working on this for 10 to 15 minutes. If you are on T3 and it takes you more than 10 to 15 minutes, you need to be done with it for the day. So I'm going to click that, and we are going to get signed in, and I'm going to show you what you guys are doing for T3. Maybe, hold on. Sorry, I had to pause it. I typed in something wrong. So, right now, this is so cool to see. We are almost at 80,000 questions. So far, we have answered 79,218 questions. It is Sunday, so I'm glad that this is 0. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend and not working on that. But 303 hours have been spent on IXL, which you guys, I am so proud to see this. And then down at the bottom, you guys can see a lot of the questions that have been answered. I am so proud of you guys. This is really awesome to see, so great job. So for math, I am going to go to math, 3rd grade, and we're doing T3. Remember, it is 10 to 15 minutes. This week for math, it is time. So T3. So everything this week, whether you're doing the online or the offline, is working with time. So T3 is reading clocks and writing times. Okay, so here we go. A really good tool to remind you or to help you, because you are working with time this week, is you have your shorthand and your longhand. Okay, so when I look at this over here, I have my shorthand and my longhand. Remember our tool for remembering what hand is which. So if I were to write the words, I have the word hour and I have the word minute. Okay, which word is the shorter word? So that's hour, so that's my shorter hand. And which word is the longer word? That's a minute, and that's my longer hand, okay? Remember this tool as you are clicking through and doing your time this week. So by looking at the time on the clock, so what time does it show? So my shorthand is my hour hand. So it looks like it's pointing between the 12 and the 1. Now it's not at the 1 yet, so that means that my hour is 12. okay? And I'm gonna do my semicolon, okay? Or not my semicolon, my dots to show the minutes. Then I'm gonna skip count by 5s to see where my minute hand is. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 12, 30. Okay, and then it is just going to continue through. So remember, this is a really good one because it kind of looks like it's at the 10, but remember, as the minute hand or the hour hand minute hand moves, the hour hand moves. So if it were 10 o'clock, if that were to be my hour, my minute hand would have to be all the way over here, okay? So it looks like it's at the 10, but it is not quite there, okay? It is still 9, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, okay? That is something that you need to slow down with as you are working through this, okay? So I'm gonna click submit. Third grade, also, I know a lot of you guys know that this is over here, but this is a good tool. So you have your timer. Because you are only working on this for 10 to 15 minutes, your time is right here, okay? So I'm gonna keep going till I finish or until that 10 to 15 minutes is up. So that is a tool that you guys have as well, okay? So that is for your, scroll down, that is for your math. You're doing an iReady or your iExcel T3. And again, your word problems and everything this week with math is time related. So your word problem of the day is, Harry arrived at a restaurant at 5:30 p.m. He left the restaurant at 6:30 p.m. How long did Harry stay at the restaurant? Don't forget your labels. Are we talking minutes? Are we talking hours? Don't forget that. In third grade, please remember too that you don't have to do both of these. You don't have to do the online and the offline, that you guys can pick. Last week, I had a lot of you guys that did both, which is really great, but you guys don't have to do that. But as the time is going through this week, tomorrow you're going to be looking at where you're solving the problems. It's not necessarily a word problem, but as the days go on, they are going to get more challenging. And the last thing that we have is, this is similar to the writing where we gave you guys all week to work on these skills. So this is for online or offline, okay? So weather and climate, you have 2 options of what you can pick from. So using materials you have around the house, design and build a structure that can withstand the wind and rain of a hurricane. Design a way to test your structure by modeling wind and rain. Write down the list of materials you used. So this one's really fun because you can use anything in your house that you have. You can use books, you can use cardboard, you can use tape, but you're using materials you have around the house to design and build a structure. So you want to actually build it. And then you have to think about wind and rain. So a tool that I may use is, I may use a fan that I have at home, a hair dryer to represent the wind, and to see if I were to use pens, and if I were to make a structure using pens or using books, okay, if I were to make this structure, would it be able to withstand the wind and then also rain, okay? Now that doesn't mean that I'm gonna take a glass of water and I'm just gonna dump it on it, because that isn't rain. Rain trickles down. It doesn't pour, it trickles down. Okay, so think about that. And then on Thursday, the only thing that I would want for this is just a picture of what you made, and then the list, and then I just want you to write out the list of what you used. So if you used pens, if you used tape, that is just what I am looking for on Thursday. Your second option, so remember, you can pick between the two. You don't have to pick, you don't have to do both. You can pick. So this week, observe the weather twice a day. Write down and draw what you notice about the temperature, clouds, wind, precipitation, etc. Record what time you are making these observations. Do you notice any patterns throughout the week? So third grade, if I were to do this and I were to pick 2 times throughout the day, I want to be consistent on those 2 times that I pick throughout the day. And the reason is if one day I pick 8 o'clock in the morning and 2 o'clock, and then I go noon and 8 o'clock, the weather is going to be very different, okay? So I'm going to draw a way that you guys can represent this, okay? So I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay? And you're only doing it 4 days this week. So maybe I want to do it when 2 times that are really easy for me is when I feed the dogs. So I feed the dogs at 6 o'clock in the morning and then I feed them again at 5 o'clock. Okay, and I need to remember my labels. So 5 p.m. and 6 a.m. Okay, so these are really easy ways for me to be consistent and do the same time every day for these 4 days. So normally at 6 o'clock in the morning when I've been feeding them, the directions say to write and draw what you notice. So maybe there's clouds in the sky, okay, maybe it's raining, maybe I want to draw that. And then I'm just going to list. So cloudy, maybe it's cloudy, it's raining. And we talked about that humidity. And normally if it's raining, it's pretty humid outside. So I'm going to write down those things, okay? And then I'm just going to repeat that every day from Monday through Thursday. Remember, you do not have school on Friday, so you do not need to do this on Friday. So you guys can pick either one of those. So you can design or build your house, or you can observe the weather twice a day. And this is just an idea of how you can create it. Just so you have it. It is completely up to you, but this is just an easy way to represent your information for the week. So that is for weather and climate. And for social studies, what you are doing all week long is it is important to be active citizens in your household community, contribute to your household by completing chores, help your family cook, wash clothes, wash dishes, etc. Take a picture of it and share it with your teacher. So you can do this as something every day if you'd like to. You can do one thing throughout the week, but I just want you guys helping around your house. Maybe it's cooking, maybe it is washing clothes. I saw a lot of people last week who were watering their yards or watering the plants. But this is really exciting, and I just hope and I encourage you to continue to help around the house and your families during this time. So again, this is our schedule for the week. Writing, science, and social studies. I don't need anything until Thursday, but I hope that you guys kind of like this layout a little bit more, where it's not as strict every single day. Reading and math are going to be, but for science, writing, and social studies, you guys have a little bit more freedom. So this is our schedule. I am really excited. And again, so proud of you guys for all of the work that you guys did last week. And I will be back to see you tomorrow for our Tuesday's video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, third grade. Bye.